So to begin with the first question, I'm going to read it, but these sort of the problem solving questions, I would suggest to always use the highlighter to highlight the key information given in the question. The next thing I would suggest to every student is to read the question carefully and always remember what the question is asking. Remember the key information given in the question. So to begin with the first one now, this says that the vintage car was bought for 8,600. So that's the original price of the car. Since the value of the car is increased by 29%, so there's an increased by 29% is another key information. And then calculate the new price of the car. So I've highlighted another thing, which is we are finding out the new price of the car. Okay, so I'm going to put the question mark here so I would know that I'm finding out the new price of the car. This sort of the exam question does come up in the exam for like 3 marks. And so all the questions what we are doing in this lesson are the non-calculator exam questions. So I'm going to show you all the working out, that what the working out you'll be needing to get to the answer then. So first of all, we're going to see that it has increased by 29%. The first step is to find out the 29% of this 8,600. So how much is the 29% of 8,600 would be, we are finding out. To find it out, we know that this 29% can be split into the 30% minus 1% would be 29%. So I'm going to first find out how much is the 10%, and using that 10% we can find out how much is the 30%. So to begin with, the 10% of 8,600 would be 860. Because we know that to find out the 10% of any amount, we simply divide it by 10. So now, because we are finding out now the 30% of 8,600, which means that you're going to multiply the 10% by 3. So you do 860 times by 3, and that would give you 2,580. So 2,580 would be the 30%. I'm going to underline this key information here. Now I'm going to find out how much is the 1% of 8,600. Now remember, to find out the 1% of any amount means you're going to divide the amount by 100. So the 1% means dividing this 8,600 by 100. So 1% of 8,600 would be 86. Now I'm going to see that how much is the 29%. So 29% is 30% minus the 1%. We know the amount of 30%, which is 2580. Then you minus 86 from it. So when you're going to minus them together, you'll get 2,494. So this is the amount of 29%. Now, because in the question it's given that the value of the car has increased by 29%. So in the original price, of course, the new price is going to be more than the original price. So I'm going to write down now. So new price, to find out the new price is going to be in the original price, we're going to add that 29%. So original price plus the 29% you found from the previous part. So now we're going to see that how much is the original price, which is 8,600. And because the price of the car has been increased by 29%, which is 2,494. At this stage, you're going to add them together, because then you would know that what is the new price of the car. To get to the new price of the car, you're going to add them together. So 0 plus 4 makes a 4. 0 plus 9 makes 9. 6 plus 4 makes 10. So you write down 0 here and 1 on the top. So 9 plus 2 would make 11. So the new price of the car would be £11,094. So now here we have got the next question now. So while I'll be reading this question, I'm going to highlight all the key information given in the question. So again, this is kind of the exam question, which generally comes for like 3 marks. And I'm going to read it. So Sarah buys a dress in a sale. The normal price of a dress is reduced by 25%. So here the key information given is it's reduced by 25% in the sale. The normal price of the dress is £30. So this is the original price of the dress. And we are finding out the sale price of the dress. So we know that the sale price is reduced by, it's just basically 25% in reduction. So the sale price would be less than the normal price. I'm going to first find out how much is the 25% of the £30. So to find out 25% first, I'm going to find out how much is the 10% of £30. I'm going to write down what we are finding out. We are finding out originally the 25% of £30. So this is what we are originally finding out. To find 25% first, we're going to find out how much is the 10% of the £30. So we know that finding 10% of any amount means you divide it by 10. So 10% is basically £3. Now, because we are finding out the 25%, so I'm going to do 10%, and from there I can find out how much is the 20%. So 20% would be the double of the 10%, so that would be £6. Now, because 25%, to find out 25%, you can do 20% plus 5%. So I'm going to find out how much is the 5% of £30 as well. So to go from the £10 to the 5%, it means you're going to divide it by 2, make a half of it, which would be 1.5. So now we're going to find out how much is actually the 25% of £30. So 25% of £30, I can write it down as 20% plus 5% into it. So we know that the 20% is £6 and 5% is 1.5. So altogether, I can write down 25% of £30 would be £7.5. Now again, because this is that now in the sale, the original price of the dress has reduced by 25%. So I need to now use that information. So the sale price of the dress would be from the original price minus whatever the 25% of 30. So whatever the sale price, the discount would be taken away from it. So now to find out the sale price, I'm writing it down SP. The original price we know is £30 of the dress. And because 25% of £30 is 7.5, it will go away from it. So the sale price of the dress would be, when you do 30 take away 7.5, you'll get £22.5. Here we have got the next example now. So in this next example, which is for 4 marks, we have got a lot of information given, and while reading this, I'm going to highlight all the key information. So here it says that a company is hosting a charity party. 760 people works for a company. So the total number of the people who works for a company is 760. It is estimated that 65% of the employees will attend the occasion. So not all of them, but 65% of the employees will going to attend the occasion. It is expected that each employee will bring a partner with them. This is another key information, that whatever the number of the people are coming, which means that they are bringing one more person with them, and the ticket of each person would be £6. How much money will they raise for the charity? So we need to find out the total amount of money that would be raised for the charity. I'm going to start with the first point, where it says that 65% of the people will going to attend the occasion. So I'm going to find out how much is the 65% of 760. So to split 65% into, I can find out how much is going to be the 10%. Then from there, I can find out the 60%. So to begin that, I'm going to split that as 60% and then add 5% into it, would be 65%. So to find out the 10% of 760, we're going to divide 760 by 10. So the 10% of 760 would be 76. Because we are finding out how much is the 60% of it, so you're going to multiply it by 6. So 60% of 760 would be when you multiply 76 by 6. And you'll get 456. So now we know how much is the 60% of 706. But because we have to find out this 65%, we need to find out the remaining 5% as well. To get that remaining 5%, 5% of 760, you can easily do by making the half of 76. So when you divide 76 by 2, so that would give you the 5%. So the half of that would be 38. Because we are finding out the 65% of 760, I'm going to write it down. So this is going to be our 60% and this is the 5%. So total 65% would be when you do 60% plus 5% into it, which is the same as doing 456 plus 38 into it. So when you add them together, you would get 494. So it means these are the number of the people who would be expected to attend the party. As it's given in the 4th line, that it is expected that each employee will bring a partner with them. So it means that it's not 494 people attending the party, but it would be the double of it. So the remaining information I'm doing on the side here. So now we're going to double that 494. So total number of people who'll be attending the party that would be when you double them. So 494, you multiply them by 2. So when you multiply it by 2, you get 988. So it means the total number of the people who will be attending the party would be 988. Now we go back again, the last piece of the information, because this says that the ticket of each person is £6. So we're going to do, because we have got 988 people attending the party, so you're going to do 988 times by 6. That would be the total amount they'll be getting for the party. So that would be 5928. When you multiply 988 by 6, you get 5928, which means that the total money that they're going to raise for charity would be, so the charity money that they're going to raise would be 5,928. So what I've done is, like always, you do the same thing as well. It's going to help you so much by splitting your question with the key information, highlight it and use that information step by step and reach to the point that what they're asking you finally in the question. So now we're going to just have a look to the next example. So in the next example, it's for 3 marks. We have got enough information given for it, which is again using the highlighter to highlight all the key information. This is that in England, people have to pay a tax on their salary as shown. So 30% on all the earnings, which would be over £16,000 per year. Now there's a person named John, and John earns 45,000 per year. This is that now because he has got the salary which is more than 16,000 per year. So how much he's going to pay the tax on the amount he's earning more than 16,000. We're going to now see that how we're going to split the question and how we're going to get to the amount that he pays the tax on. So first of all, I'm going to write down John earns £45,000 per year. So the tax they're going to pay on more than 16,000. So tax payable amount we're going to find out, payable amount. So he has to pay the tax on 45,000 minus 16,000. So he has to pay the tax on the remaining amount, which is going to be 29,000. Now we see that how much is the tax. It's given that 30% on all the earnings, which is over 16,000. So we're going to find out how much is the 30% of his over amount, which is 29,000. And we're going to find out then how much the tax he'll be paying. So to get the 10%, first of all, we're going to do is to divide the amount by 10. So I'm going to start by finding out the 10% and then finding out the 30%. So 10% of 29,000 would be 2,900. Now, because we are finding out the 30% of 29,000, we're going to multiply this by 3. So you do 2,900 times 3 into it. That would give you £8,700. So this is the 30% of the amount he's earning over 16,000. So it means John will going to pay the tax of, so John pay the tax, which is £8,700. So here we have got the last example on these sort of questions. So we have got the information given, and these sort of question does come up in for 4 marks. And now I'm going to be just doing the same thing where I'll be highlighting all the key information given in the question while reading it. So it says that Sam is going for a picnic and needs to buy petrol for his car. His car can hold 80 liters of the petrol in a tank. There are 15 liters of petrol in the tank already. Sam is going to fill up the petrol tank. The price of the petrol is £2 per litre. Sam has a voucher that gives 5% off the price of the petrol. How much Sam has to pay for the petrol? So we see that now this says that the total amount that the car tank will be filled in by would be 80 litre, and there's already a 15 litre. So how much the petrol Sam would be needed more would be 80 take away 15, and that would be 65 litres. So I'm going to write down 65 liters of petrol will be needed. All right. So to get 65 liter of the petrol, we know that the price of the petrol per liter is £2. So we're going to do 65 times by 2. So 65 times by 2 means the double of 65, which would be £130. So this is what Sam's supposed to pay if he wants to fill all 65 liters to get the tank full. Now, because he has got the discount voucher of 5%, so let's see how much he's going to get the discount amount. So we're going to find out how much is the 10% first of 130, and then we're going to make the half of it to get 5%. So I always begin with the 10%. So 10% of 130 would be £13. The 5% of £130, which would be the half of 13, and that would be 6.5. So the amount that he'll get the discount would be £6.5. So instead of paying £130 now, he'll be paying 130 minus 6.5. So now he'll be paying how much amount would be 123.5. So now he has to pay altogether the amount of 123.5 after applying the discount voucher as well. So this is what they were asking in the question. So see that how simple the question becomes if you split the question, if you highlight the key information and use the information given in the question step by step. So here's the end of the video where we have done the exam questions on finding out the fractions of an amount. So I'm sure now when you try the exam questions, you'll find the exam questions much easier. And good luck. Thank you very much for watching the video.